You are a hologram. Some string theorists think we're projected from a deeper source. Genesis chapter 1 calls this God's image. The skills I developed earning my PhD in astrophysics at 25 years old helped me see what most mentors miss when they tell you to find your authentic self. They still operate at a level of existence where God is concealed. Today, you're going to learn the soul-revealing framework I've discovered by analyzing Kabbalistic texts through the holographic principle. And the key is that beam of light in the thumbnail. I'm Dr. Yosef Wolf, and my mission is to uncover reality's blueprint by revealing how the physical is rooted in the spiritual. You've heard it your whole life, made in God's image. But what does that actually mean? Are we just photocopies, or is something far stranger going on? That question used to haunt me. I remember pacing in my apartment at 2 a.m, flipping between a physics textbook and a foundational book of Chabad Hasidus known as the Tanya. My academic training told me the universe was made of particles and forces. My soul told me I was more than a biological machine, but I couldn't reconcile these conflicting views. Then I discovered the holographic principle. 1997, Princeton University. Theoretical physicist Juan Maldacena hunches over pages of equations with ink smudging his fingers. He wrestles with the paradox. How does information survive a black hole? He scribbles, crosses out, scribbles again, then he sees it. Our entire three-dimensional universe might be a projection of a deeper two-dimensional information layer. The math checked out. What we experience as three-dimensional reality could be a hologram projected from something more fundamental. When I read that paper, I didn't feel vindicated. I felt terrified. If I'm just a projection, where's the real me? If my body is just a hologram, does anything I do actually matter? The reason I'm telling you this is because the Torah answered this question 3,338 years ago at Mount Sinai, and the answer is not what you'd expect. If you want to be the first to receive inspiring insights like these going into my new Torah and Science book, Before the Big Bang, sign up for my free newsletter. The link is in the pinned comment under the subscribe button. Here are the 3 clues. Clue number 1, the inverted assumption. The Shalah Hakadosh writes something that will flip everything you thought you knew. Eye, ear, hand, all of these are their intrinsic names of the anatomy of God's light in holiness. Through physical descent, they became borrowed terms. Stop. Read that again. Your physical hand isn't the real hand that borrowed a spiritual name. The spiritual hand of God is the original hand. Your physical hand is the borrowed copy. We are the metaphor. Hashem is the literal reality. The Tzemach Tzedek explains further. We mistake our physical hand as the real hand, but the hand above represents the deepest truths about divine existence. Most self-help gurus tell you to discover your authentic self, but they're looking at the projection and calling it the source. The real you isn't in your personality. It's encoded in the beam. So if we're projections of something higher, what keeps us connected to the source? We're about to discover the override code, and when you see it, your relationship with every mitzvah will transform. But before we get to the second clue, I would like to thank this week's silver level sponsor, Sandel from Among the Lost Tribes of Israel. I very much appreciate you supporting my work. If any of you would like to help me make more original content like this, but can't afford to dedicate the full amount to sponsor an episode, you can still buy me a coffee or leave a tip by clicking on the link in the description. I look forward to connecting with you. Clue number 2, the decoherence problem. Back to physics. Holograms don't just exist automatically. They require coherence with a reference beam. The moment a hologram loses alignment with its source, it degrades. Not slowly, within microseconds. This is called quantum decoherence. The projection becomes noise. Now watch what the Torah says about idolatry. The word for idol in Hebrew is pesel. The root of the word means to carve out, to sever, to claim independence from the source. In the second of the 10 commandments, Hashem declares, I am a zealous God, a Kana. Some people think zealous or jealous means God is insecure, but Rashi explains the real meaning. Hashem is zealous to exact punishment because the relationship is sacred. This isn't divine ego, it's divine physics. When a projection severs itself from the reference beam, it doesn't gain independence, it gains static. The cutting itself is the punishment. You don't break the relationship with God, you break yourself. This was the answer I couldn't find that one night when I couldn't sleep. The emptiness I felt wasn't because I was just a projection. It was because I had lost coherence with my source. The anxiety wasn't a malfunction, it was a signal. But if disconnection degrades us, how do we restore the beam? Clue number 3, love before law. Look at the very next verse after Hashem calls himself zealous. Showing kindness to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. Notice the order. Love comes before fulfilling commandments. The Torah places love first because that's the coherence. Us performing mitzvahs is how the projection stays aligned with its source. Do you see how the pieces are coming together? Here is the convergence. The holographic principle gets one thing right. Our three-dimensional reality projects from something deeper, but it gets the purpose wrong. Physics sees the mechanism and stops there. The Torah reveals both. We are projections of divine attributes. And the reference beam? It's the relationship. That's the soul revealing framework. Not escaping concealment, but transforming it into connection. That beam of light in the thumbnail, it's the reference beam, the connection between source and projection. Every time you perform a mitzvah with love, you are realigning your hologram with the original, restoring the signal that makes you real. The self-help gurus got it backwards. You don't find your authentic self by looking inward, you find it by looking upward. The real you isn't a hidden personality. It's your divine core waiting to be expressed. I used to be terrified that being a projection meant I didn't matter. But now I understand how being a projection means everything I do ripples back to the one true source. So here's the challenge. Before your next mitzvah, pause for 3 seconds. Remember, you are realigning a hologram, not checking a box. Then comment below with what shifted. If you hesitate to do something this small, how likely are you to finally shift your mindset on reality? This isn't just about the channel, it's about taking an actual step. And it's the closest, easiest action you can do right now. The Lubavitch Rebbe taught HaMaaseh hu ha'ikar. The Rambam explains that character transforms through doing, not just understanding. Still too intimidated? Just click on like or share. That small act is still coherence. You aren't a copy of the divine image, you are a projection of it. Physics finally caught up to what Kabbalah always knew. But Torah adds what physics never could. The source isn't indifferent, he's zealous, because he designed reality in a way that your choices would matter to him. Mashiach doesn't come when we escape the projection, it's when the hologram becomes so aligned that source and projection merge into one. You're not finding yourself, you're expressing your source. Now, go project something that will usher in the ultimate redemption. To learn how your actions are needed in God's cosmic game of life in a way that will totally reshape how you look at reality, click here. And if you want to understand why suffering is actually a spiritual refinement process, click over here. If you'd like to dedicate or sponsor one of these classes, click on the link in the description. Thank you for partnering with me as we uncover reality's blueprint together.